Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. I am Gilly Rosari. That is my main man, Larry Loper. We are coming to you from Northern Delaware on this January 13th, 2026. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. So we've got football. Let's get right into it. Before we get into the games, another coach bites the dust. That Mike Tomlin has stepped away, stepped down, however you want to word it, but he decided to leave, I guess. So I don't know what's up with Aaron Rodgers now, but there are nine, that's right, nine head coaching vacancies and even more coordinator vacancies. So what I want to do with my partner Larry is I want to rank what I feel and what he feels are the top nine head coaching vacancies from best to worst. What do you think, Larry?
Oh man, I'm 100% with it, man. I think it's some great jobs out there, some jobs that I wouldn't want to step into. So my evaluation is going to be built on coming in, winning now, but also the future and far as ownership and things of that nature. That's going to play a lot of my decision on where I rank these
Mm,
teams.
Well, with me, a big thing is the quarterback position stabilized, at least for a year. Okay, so I'm going to go in that order, and if it's not, then there's the drop.
Right.
So first for me, my number one is the Atlanta Falcons. I got the Falcons number one head coaching. You got two quarterbacks there. I think Cousins will probably win out for at least a year, and Penix will be the number two. But you never know. But I think it's going to be a quarterback competition in the offseason. So give me the Falcons with the number one job. Who do you have as the number one?
For me, man, I'm actually going to take Baltimore. I got Baltimore right now. If the right coach coming right now with this team, with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, why you can maximize it right now. They still got a defense that was supposed to be a good defense. So I think with a new voice, a new leadership in there, if the right leader could come in there, they could win now. They can win now. So that's why I would put them above Atlanta for me because of the quarterback position, as you stated, being more stable with Lamar there compared to Penix or Kirk Cousins. So I like the situation in Baltimore for a new coach to come in and the culture and the city. It's a great city, kind of just the history. It's great to come in them shoes with that team right now.
Okay, and they have a very good general manager
They
and a
do.
very good owner. So it starts from the top and it trickles down as far
Uh,
as organizations go. Okay, my second one, I'm being consistent. My second team I have as the second best job is the New York Football Giants.
Okay.
It looks like they've got a quarterback. Um, they're going to get a few weapons back on offense. Plus, they've got a high draft pick. So I'm going to go with the Giants as the second best job. And plus you get the New York media, the New Jersey media, and all that. So Giants number two for me.
All right, for my second, I'm actually going to go with your number one, which is the Atlanta Falcons. I like the pieces down there. The defense is ready to go. They did an upgrade in defense. Like you said, the only question mark I have is, are you going to go with Penix or Kirk Cousins? Like you're saying, I think they're Kirk Cousins and Penix have a fair shot of going for the position because now it's not me trying to draft the quarterback and the pressure of me drafting this quarterback and pitting him out there when he might not be ready or have not earned the right to play. I think Kirk Cousins has definitely earned the right to be in the competition. So I think that they have a fair competition going in. Whoever stands out, that's who you're gonna run with, and hopefully they don't put no short leash on whoever wins this competition. So I got Atlanta, and then also for the most part, blank will let you kind of build your system for the most part,
Mhm.
unless you
Yeah.
like Morris or the other guy that was before him. Was it Arthur? Arthur, what's his name? The offense coordinator for Pittsburgh Steelers used to be Atlanta's head.
Yeah.
Smith,
Now he's with Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith, right? Unless you're having losing seasons and you you can't win, then you got to move on. But if you could come in and you got the team, you really got the team. You got BJ Robinson, you got receivers, you got the tight end that can play, and the defense. I think yeah, second on my list for sure. And it's a weak division. We ain't talking about division. It's a weak division. I don't care what you tell me.
Very weak division. And they just brought in Matt Ryan to be the
Oh yeah,
president.
and I think that was a plus. I'm glad you mentioned highlighted that. That's a plus. Bring a football guy in who one loves Atlanta. He loves that organization. He has a great relationship with the owner, and I know he's going to be thinking about the best fit for Atlanta, understanding the culture of Atlanta. So he played the majority of his career in Atlanta. So
Hmm.
great pickup, smart for them to go ahead and bring Matt Ryan back in.
Okay. My number three was your number one, the Baltimore Ravens. And the reason they are as low as three is Lamar Jackson has to kind of reconstruct his contract
Mhm.
because it's going to be so much money next year. They want to push some money down the road. So they've got to convince him, like we talked about last week, to kind of restructure his contract so he gets paid heavier down the line so it doesn't, it's not such a big cap hit this year. So he has to agree to that. And he's also a quarterback that seems to get dinged up almost every year because he's not a pure pocket passer. We know that. And for as great as Derrick Henry is, and he's great, he is in his 30s. And when running backs start to fall off, they really fall off. So you can't just assume next year he's going to be another, 1,300-yard back. That might not be the case.
That's a reality.
So, and those are their two best players. And we're assuming their defense is going to get better, but it went from not so great 2 years ago to even worse this year. So, and
Great.
now you're gonna have a new head coach. Who knows if it's an offensive guy? Is he gonna prioritize defense like like we think he should? I don't know. So that's my number three, Baltimore Ravens. What's your number three?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all, man. Great points too. My number three is going to be New York. It's going to be New York, and for the reasons that you highlighted, you have a young quarterback, Dart, and hopefully they bring the right guy in that's going to be able to change his game, so to speak. Bring some pieces around him. It's going to go down to the GM and who they draft. You get Malik Neighbors back, you get Scatterboo back, you got some pieces, man. And I think that why Jackson Dart had to do so much is because he has so less. You know, I mean, are you going to invest in your O line? You have your franchise quarterback. Normally, when you got the franchise quarterback, you want to invest in O line. You want to keep him upright because if you get a decent O line in front of him, then he's not so hesitant or so quick to go and take off when the hole open up. Let the play develop. Let the playmakers make some plays. He can throw the ball. He did it in Ole Miss. So he does have an arm, okay? But I think once again, when you have the lack of a O line and you don't have your playmakers around you, man, what are you expecting your quarterback to do? But the defense could bring pressure, so that's a building block. The market, if you are able to come in and do your thing in that market, it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity, and it's a competitive division. It's a great division, the East. Because you got the Philly, Washington, Cowboys, so it's going to be competitive. Yes, sir. That's my third.
So we have the same three,
Cheers.
our top three. We just have them in a different order.
Sir.
Now here's where it starts to get a little tricky. A little tricky.
Yeah, man.
My number four, believe it or not, is the Tennessee Titans.
Hmm.
And the
Okay.
reason is it looks like they got a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I told you that I prioritize that.
Hmm.
It's the last team that I think looks like they got their quarterback for sure. For at least the relatively near future. At least, next year and probably the year after that. I'm gonna say that. Um, and I think it's a good job. I think it's a good job, down there in Nashville. Um, that's a big time city that doesn't get hounded by media.
Oh,
So they can kind of, leave you alone and, they pretend to be a small market when they're not a small market. I think the Titans, I think that's a nice job. Now, I don't love management and ownership. They got rid of Vrabel and they didn't even give the next guy,
Oh,
a year and a half,
no, he didn't.
not even.
Not
So
even.
I don't like that. So I'm going to ask for big money just to make sure that they are going to be hesitant to fire me and pay me for sitting on a couch. But I think the Titans are the fourth best team, which means to me that there is a big gap from the top three to the last six.
Total agreement.
There's a big gap because I don't love the next six jobs.
Total
And
agreement, brother. Total agreement. And I'm in agreement totally with your fourth pick. I think Tennessee is, of all the last picks we're talking about, is the pick that I will go with because of the stability at quarterback. You bring the right guy in, and I'm thinking you're probably gonna go offensive minded because you got Don Ward. Um, I don't know what they're gonna do with Jonathan Simmons. I don't know his situation. He's gonna hit the market. I don't know
Jeffrey Simmons.
Jeffrey
Jeffrey Simmons.
for Jeffrey Simmons.
Oh God.
Uh, he is man. Because if you're gonna go total rebuild, you might want to dump off that to get a lot of value off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to see what they're gonna do in the offseason when it comes to Jeffrey Simmons and his situation. But you got to build around Cam Ward. There's so many pieces that they had to build though. So if a coach could come in there, and I got a coach who's sticking out to me that I think will be perfect if he wants that job.
Let's
And then,
hear it.
uh,
Let's
I
hear
think
it.
I think Stefanski, man. I think you pair
Mm.
Stefanski's because he is a good offensive minded coach. You pair him with a solid quarterback, you get a fresh start. Similar kind of situation in Cleveland for as a market. You don't have to hear the chirp too much. Only thing about Cleveland is just a terrible organization. Period. Just period. And that goes all the way up to ownership down. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he get a fresh start, bringing his system in, because I don't think he ever was able to bring his system in Cleveland. I just don't think so. I think the owner had way too much hands in the pot. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that'll be a good situation for him if he decides he wants to go down to Tennessee and pick, and if they want to take him on. He was offensive coach of the year, you know that. So
I think Stefanski might be the second most coveted head coaching guy behind Harbaugh. I'm
yeah,
going to assume that Tomlin is going to take a year off.
when you though, Gil, honestly, and speaking of that, because I'm glad, and I'm just going to echo Ryan Clark on Tomlin too. I'm glad he had the opportunity to be able to step down and not get fired. You know what I mean? Because you gave this organization 19 years. You know, 19
It's a
years, man,
long time. It's a
a
long
long time,
time.
man. And I think at this point he just realized like it's going to be a rebuild. I can't get you over the hump anymore. I cannot push you to that standard that we have set in Pittsburgh. And I think that standard was what he stepped away from, knowing that, hey man, we didn't have the tools or the equipment to be able to compete with this team. And I'll talk about that game when we get to that section. But I think he deserved that. I'm glad he did it his way. Take a year off, man. Just it's no rush. Trust me, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be some coaching jobs going to pop up for real.
Mm-hmm.
College wise or NFL. These coaches don't last long. These owners don't have that
Mm-hmm.
much patience. Okay, so a position will open up eventually.
For
Take
sure.
off, enjoy your family, enjoy semi-retirement for a little bit, get your bearings together, and then go at it with that fresh vigor.
Yeah, unless one of these jobs that's open now, he really has an interest in. I would. I would take a year or two off. He's only 53 years old.
Yeah, young guy, man.
He's still young.
Yeah,
He became the head coach of the Steelers. He was in his 30s. People
30s,
forget that.
man.
He was in his 30s. He went from defensive coordinator with the Vikings to getting the head coaching job, and he had early success. The thing is, they have not won a playoff game since 2016.
But then you got to think,
That's 9 years. Yeah, yeah. They finish with a winning record every year, but is that the standard now with Pittsburgh?
no, no,
Right.
no. I mean, no. And it's been instability at the quarterback position. Because when
Mm-hmm.
Roethlisberger, he knows he's on his decline, but once he retired, that's when it really was bad. And you got Mason
Mm-hmm.
Rudolph, we can name him. It was no stability there.
Rudolph, Kenny Pickett,
It's this
Justin Fields,
Russell Wilson.
Russell
It was
Wilson.
no stability at that position, man. And then you bring and no knock Aaron Rodgers, but you brought a decline over the hill Aaron Rodgers, and he doesn't have the skill set when he was,
Discount double check.
yeah, that guy
Yeah.
when he had the legs and he had the escapability. He's
Mm-hmm.
40 years old, bro. You lose speed. Unless you LeBron James, unless you LeBron, and you they made you in a lab somewhere. That guy, because at 40, he still could play with the 18-year-olds. You could play with his son. All right, I'm just go there. Oh,
That
man.
guy.
That guy.
But I got no problem talking about Aaron Rodgers because if he retires, his last pass of his career was a pick six.
It was.
What a great weekend for me. Wow. Bears win, Packers lose,
Aaron
Philadelphia
Rodgers
loses, Aaron Rodgers with the pick six. That's his career. I love it. What a weekend for me.
What a weekend.
And no matter what happens, you can't take this weekend away from me. You can't.
No.
The Bears could get killed by the Rams. You can't take what happened.
What happened, yo.
Can't take that away. It happened.
It happened.
And boy, were those Packer people salty.
You get to host another divisional game.
Salty. That's right. And it's going to be super cold too. Right now, it's predicted to be 17 degrees.
Shish.
Against a California team that plays with a roof.
Shish.
Just saying.
Hey, man,
All right. Let's keep going. Here we're in the middle of the pack. My number 5. It's the last team that might have their quarterback, and I'm going to go with the Browns. Okay. Because Shador, I think, is the guy you go into the offseason thinking we're going to have him at least walk through the door as QB1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Shador makes the Browns the 5th most appealing. Now, they're the Browns. I don't know, but right in the middle there, I'm going to say the Browns are the 5th most appealing. Great fan base.
Yeah.
They got 2 quarterbacks that are going to be competing for that number 1 job, unless they bring in like a free agent or something like that. So Browns, my number 5. What's your number 5?
I'm in total agreement with you, man. And it's for that same reason, just because I believe that they have more of a stability, or at least they know what kind of direction they might be going with next year. There's a lot of mights and I don't know in that conversation, right? So I don't know about stability, but I think that Shador has earned his right to be able to say, okay, I'm going to be competing for this number 1 spot rather than not get the first string reps. So that right there. And you still got a defense. You still got Myles Garrett, and that defense is going to be ferocious, So it's Cleveland, though. That's what makes it not appealing, because it's Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have ran through coaches, quarterbacks, and no stability at that thing. The franchise, once again, is because the owner is terrible. I'm telling you, it's just not a good organization, but they get Stefanski a lot of years. So that part you can hang your hat on. You might get a little tenure if you could start winning early.
Stefanski did win Coach of the Year twice.
He did.
Twice for that organization. And not for nothing. And this isn't a personal shot, but it's Cleveland. You'll go to a bad organization if it's New York, if it's LA, if it's Chicago. The city sells itself.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do in Cleveland?
Ask my lady. She's from Ohio. It's stuff
to do. Well, ask her. Go ahead. Go get her right now.
She's going to take offense to that, Gil. She's going to take offense to that.
Besides the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the house from A Christmas Story, what are we doing in Cleveland? What are we going to Cleveland for? It's cold. It's snowy.
She's going to get you, Gil. I'm telling you.
Hey, listen, no lies. No lies here. She's going to get me. Where does she live right now? Is it Cleveland?
No.
Does she live in Oh, so as an adult, she moved away from Cleveland
Oh man,
and
don't
is
do
in
her.
Delaware.
She hates
No,
Delaware.
tell me, you tell me when I'm wrong.
She hates Delaware, so she hates it with a passion.
She hates Delaware,
She
but
loves
she's
me.
living in Delaware, not Cleveland.
Yeah, she loves me, but she hates Delaware
Hmm,
with a passion.
interesting.
She's very boring here. And
Because there are phlebotomists in Cleveland, and we can do the show you living in Cleveland. So why is she not pressuring you to go back to
oh,
that great city that she
she
grew
is.
up in,
She is.
Cleveland?
She is.
She's
She-
pressuring you?
yeah, yeah. By the end of the year, I'll probably be in Ohio. More
I
like,
don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
more like.
Let's go to number six. Number six sells itself, and it's the Steelers. Now they don't have a quarterback, but they do have a bunch of draft picks. I'm going to go with the Steelers being the sixth best. They actually could have been as high as four to me, but I'm going to go with the Steelers. Only issue is they don't have a quarterback and they haven't had a quarterback in a while. So you're going to have to take that job knowing that they've had a problem there. So give me the Steelers at number six.
My six is gonna be Miami. Miami. Okay. The weather, one, that's the advantage in the summertime. They will crush you down there in that heat. Two, if you bring the right coach in, I don't know if they're going to tour or Ewan, but or oars, whatever. Um, but if the right coach in, they might go with Tour, but Tour got concussion problems. But they got a Kane. I like the running back of Kane down there. They got
A
peace.
Chan. You
Yeah,
talking
H.
about A Chan?
Yeah, H. I like H. the running back. They got some pieces down there. You start to build around the defense some more. You still got pieces on defense. So they have some pieces they can work with. So I would take that as my sixth landing spot. And if you bring the right coach in, man, once again, it's Miami. It's Miami.
Miami does sell itself, so you're right there. And the Dolphins are still, even though they haven't won a playoff game since the 99 season, which is
Oh,
unbelievable to say
yeah.
that.
Man,
They
that's crazy.
yeah, it was against Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's first playoff game
Jeez
at
Louise.
Indy.
At Indy.
Miami
Yup,
won.
you're right. At Indy, it sure was.
Miami won. Yep. And then the next week they played at Jacksonville and got their doors blown off. And that
Yeah.
was Marino's last game. I think he threw like six
Oh, he
interceptions.
did. He got killed. It was bad. It was bad.
That was terrible.
It
So
was yeah.
my problem with the Dolphins is the Tua thing. They got to get rid of him. So until he's there, it's a distraction. And I don't know that Ewers is really should be the guy to go in as the number one. So
I don't think
I think they need to get a quarterback for the very least for quarterback competition. But then you got to worry about Tua, where you're going to send him, the contract,
yeah.
compensation. But so I've got the Dolphins as my number seven. They
Okay.
were next for the reasons that you said. Miami sells itself, and you got to bring back the pride. Those Dolphins
All
want to bring
fans.
back the pride of Miami. So, the Hurricanes are helping that area, but now you need the Dolphins to do their part. So that's my number seven. Who's your number seven?
We just flip flopped. I got Pittsburgh. Um, and for the reason of Pittsburgh, because one thing about Pittsburgh's ownership, they know the kind of coach they want. They went from Noel to Cowers to Tomlin. So they know what fits their culture.
Mm-hmm.
They can bring that type of coach in because they're very diligent when it comes to that process. They're not just going to just bring anybody in because their coaches last a long time. Okay. So that's the beautiful thing about Pittsburgh is that they're not kicking you out the door and they'll allow you to bring your system, establish your system. And as long as you get, win, you have no problem. Once again, quarterback is a question mark. You got running back or Warren. You still got DK Metcalf, so you got pieces. You got Watt. So you got things to work around. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ramsey's contract and them pieces like there that got because they could dump him. He's on the
Mm-hmm.
decline. totally on the decline, been on the decline. So it, it's some stuff they want to do in order to be able to get to a level where it's Pittsburgh level football. Um, but being that Tomlin didn't go out like Coward did, because Coward, Tomlin stepped in some big shoes because Coward he didn't go out bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So being that they've been on a decline, you get a fresh start. So that's a good thing. You can build your own legacy, your own image, and do it your way without the pressure of coming behind a great coach. Not saying Tomlin wasn't a great coach. I think he was a very good coach. But like you mentioned, he had 9 years of losing or 9 seasons.
9 years of not winning a playoff game.
Playoff game, right? So that's been the standard for the last 9 years. So now you get a fresh do-over, do your own thing, and you got the owners backing. That's all you ask for when you come in, to be able to do your own thing without having the pressure of getting canned.
That's a lot of pressure, though, man.
It is.
They've only had 3 head coaches in the
Yes.
history of the organization, and they all won Super Bowls.
They did, yeah.
All 3. Noel won 4, Cowher won 1, went to 2, and Tomlin won 1, went to 2.
Yeah, you're right. It's a standard there.
There is a standard there.
And I believe, once again, that the owner's going to bring in the type of coaches that's not going to shy away from that standard, from that culture, from the expectations. That's going to be an interview process when that goes down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Gil. You sit there, you know what kind of candidates you're looking for when you're sitting down with them.
100%. All right. My number 8. Oh boy. My number 8 is the Las Vegas Raiders. I could have easily put them number 9, but I talked about the team that I would not want to coach. At least the Raiders with Las Vegas, that area can sell itself. Mm-hmm. If you want to believe in Tom Brady as ownership, I think he's got a lot more say in the company than the majority owner, Davis. So give me the Raiders at number 8. Again, they need a quarterback. And I think I know who they're going to get.
I do too. And I'm in total agreement with you with this one because Vegas sells itself. You got Genty, you got Bowers. And like you said, I believe we know who the number 1 quarterback is going to be and where he's going, And I think that game against Oregon showed us who they might go with. And I don't know if we still agree that Moore should come out. I still think he should come out, even though he had a terrible game. But he was down a lot of pieces, man. A lot of pieces. He was. It wasn't, he didn't have his full roster. So I can't judge a man off of that game because he was limited. And he went up against a ferocious team that's just showing you that
they overwhelmed him.
Yeah, they did.
He got overwhelmed
from the opening snap.
That is not how you want to leave your legacy at that school.
No, and that's why I don't think he's going to come out because you don't want your last game. Even though me and you both agree that he will have a higher position this year, possibly than next year. We don't know. He could outshine, do his thing next year, lead Oregon to a national championship, and be the number 1 pick. We all believe Arch.
He could, but man, it's going to be hard to surpass Arch.
It's going to be very hard.
But it's possible. I think if he comes out now with the, coming off of that game, and he would be going no higher than the Jets.
Yeah.
I think I would go back to school. That's not what I said last week, but I think I would. I would. I'll be king of the campus for another year.
Sorry about that, brother.
I'll get myself more pro ready. And I have a chance, although it's a tough one. I got a chance to come out as the number 1 quarterback.
Yes, sir. But unfortunately,
and at the very least, I wouldn't be going to the Jets.
Who knows? The Jets might finish with the worst record next year. What you talking about, Gil? They might finish with the worst record next year, man. What you talking about? He still might have the Jets.
It is true. They are the Jets.
They're the Jets. If you believe Aaron Glenn, man, you're crazy.
No,
if you believe Aaron Glenn is the way. I don't know what you saw this year, but he showed me enough to know he ain't ready. He ain't ready.
If the Jets were smart, but they're not,
They're
they would
not.
have moved on from Aaron Glenn, and the Jets would have been one of the higher openings because they got the number one pick and they got the 16th pick. And next year, they got 3 first round picks. 3 because
Three.
of the Cowboys.
Yep. So, yeah, but you said it best. They don't. It's the Jets, man. It's the Jets. They haven't been nothing since Hollywood Joe. Broadway Joe, I'm sorry.
Broadway Joe.
Broadway Joe. Yeah.
So are they your number 8?
Who? Arizona?
No, the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. Yeah, we agreement. Raiders.
Raiders. All right, we agree a lot.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, brother.
It is what it is.
It's what
And
it is.
then the last
It's
job,
least.
the last job is the Arizona Cardinals. Again, no quarterback,
No culture.
no real tradition. I mean, I wasn't around to see, Dan Dierdorf, playing when they were good. I wasn't around when the Cardinals were in Chicago. Okay. I wasn't around back then. But as a team that represents Arizona, it might be a pretty nice place to live, but there ain't nothing real appealing, and it's too damn hot.
You right about that.
No quarterback. Nah, bro. That
Nah,
is to me my least favorite job.
I'm not fighting.
And they got to move on from Murray. That's going to be a headache too. That's
Yes,
going
it
to be a
is.
headache too. They're going to be selling him 50 cents on the dollar.
Yeah,
They're
because it's
not going to get a good return because they're going to be desperate to move him.
hmm yeah, that's not the position I would want. No, I'm good. I'm good. Of all them others, yeah, that's the least. The least. That's the position that somebody gonna settle for. They're gonna settle for a coach in that position because ain't no way that John Harbaugh is going to pick Arizona as his destination of choice. There's no way. If he does, I don't know what he on, or maybe he just don't want the focus. I don't know.
Nah. Harbaugh is going to get a good job.
For sure, for
I think
sure.
I think he's going to get the Giants.
Dealing with it, New York, I think he might go down Miami.
I think he thinks, I don't know how true it is. I think he thinks he can handle New York because he was a special teams and assistant coach in Philadelphia. I think he's going to think, well, I could handle Philly, but that's not an open job. I think
Mhm.
I can handle New York. Plus, he'll think to himself, the Jets are bad. So all the blame, if we're not good, won't come to the Giants. It'll be split because they'll be criticizing the Jets. So, and again, they got a quarterback.
They do.
They got a quarterback. They got a couple pretty good running backs. They got a good wide receiver, and they're picking high in the draft this year, which is something the Ravens have not done probably his whole tenure that he was in Baltimore.
Well, they was winning.
Those 18 years.
They were winning.
Yeah,
They were
they were
winning.
winning.
Even Lamar went what 32? Yeah, he was the last pick in the first
He went,
round.
yeah, they traded
Yup,
from the second round to get
to come
into
up
the
and get him.
end of the first round to get
Yep,
him. That's
yep.
right. That's right. You're right. So, all right.
Okay.
So outside of the top 3, which we had in a different order, we pretty much agree on all 9.
It's not
Great.
rocket scientist, man. It's not rocket scientist, man. It's
Yeah.
it's come on, Gil. It's not rocket scientist, man. We're not gonna sit here and shoot the crap to the audience is watching us. If
Mhm.
y'all have any disagreement, just let us know in the comments. If
Let
you
us know.
believe that all them the above positions, and there'll probably be some arguing about the Pittsburgh. It'll probably be Pittsburgh. It'll be,
Okay.
but we stated our position. Why we saying that at this moment, Pittsburgh is not the job that I'm going to want at this moment. Minus tradition, all that stuff is
Mhm.
just who's your quarterback? Who's your
And you,
quarterback? Answer
and
that
you
question.
you got big contracts on defense with aging guys.
Oh,
What are you going to do? And the defense wasn't that good this year anyway.
it definitely wasn't. So talk to me. We only
All
kick
right,
facts, y'all. Let's go, man. Let's keep it pushing.
let's move on. Our next segment, it's going to be heroes of the weekend, zeros of the weekend. which basically means the good players that played well this weekend versus the bad players who did not play well. Hopefully, we have a little bit of a disagreement with this. My
Hmm.
heroes are McCaffrey, who was fantastic. He got 2 touchdowns on receiving touchdowns, not even running, receiving. 49ers with the upset in Philadelphia. Of course, I got the Iceman, Caleb Williams, with that miraculous comeback, but you know how Green Bay people are all up in their feelings. Listen, this play right here, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. That 4th and 8 play where he's running to the left, he's jump throwing, and he hits Rome Odunze for 27 yards on 4th and 8. That play is going to live in infamy, as well it should. And my last player is not a player, it's the whole defense for the Texans. They literally won that game for them, and they won it in style because they looked really, really good. And I don't want to hear, oh, this was a game, came the fourth quarter. Nah, it wasn't a game. And then the defense picks up the fumble. Rankins runs it in for a touchdown. And at the end of the game, Aaron Rodgers throwing a pick six that will end his career, I believe, and not only Pittsburgh, but in entirety. That's going to be the end. So give me McCaffrey, the Iceman, and the Texans defense. Who are your 3 heroes of the
Oh
weekend?
man, me and Gil, man. Of course, we agree on a lot of things, man. And if y'all watch these games, it was very competitive um, all weekend. Every game except this last one with Pittsburgh. It was close towards the second half. It was only 7-6 going into halftime. But that defense showed you what it does. You know what that defense so scary, Gil? You know what it reminds me of, Gil? I could literally compare it to
Legion of Boom. Legion of Boom.
you know what? You just threw them in. I wouldn't even think about them, man. You know who? I have Baltimore with Ray Lewis when they beat up on Giants for that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay when they destroyed the Raiders in that Super Bowl with Warren Sapp and them boys, right? And that Denver defense when they had beat up on Cam
Mm-hmm.
Newton in Carolina, because and I said the similarities because Peyton had to be Peyton in Denver. That's how good that defense was.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay had Brad Johnson. Okay. Okay,
He's
right?
okay. He
Oh,
was okay.
okay, right? That's how ferocious that defense was. It carried them.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore had, and I'm not taking them from Trent Dilfer, but that defense was so good, y'all just had to go out there and not blow the game. And if you did, the defense was so good, will score and make up for your mistakes. That's the type of defense the Texans got because the only question mark, as we saw, is that the offense is just if they could both click at the same time, they'll be a dangerous. They would be hard to beat. They'll be my team to go away because how you going to beat them?
Mm-hmm.
But the offense is a question mark, and the defense is as good as it is. I don't know if it's going to be able to carry that offense because it gets stale at times. Okay,
Right.
so I had the Texans definitely as my heroes. I agree with you. I got Matt Stafford, man. I got Matty Stafford, man. Yes, you're right. He played an inferior opponent. Okay. It's the playoffs, Gail. It's 0-0. Records mean nothing. Okay. They hosted this game. Yes, it shouldn't have been a blowout by the Rams, but guess what? This is playoff football. You went into enemy territory. Again, a team that seems to match up with y'all kind of well.
For real.
Crazy as that sound, because I thought that they was going to blow them out. They were 10.5-point favorite. The bettors thought they were going to blow them out. Carolina didn't get the memo.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young played marginally good enough for them to be able to pick up that option. So he'll be the quarterback going next year, move forward for Carolina. He did enough to prove to the owners and his coach that I'm your guy. Okay. And it was a good game. But Matt Stafford is a different level quarterback. Matt Stafford is probably going to be the MVP. Matt Stafford shows you what he does. Okay. Um, and then your boy, the Iceman. He's a killer. He's cool as the other side of the pillow. Cool as a cucumber. Oh, who cares if he paints his nails?
Who cares?
I don't care. Who cares?
Who
Who cares?
cares?
Who cares if the coach says F the Packers in the locker room 3 times? Not once, 3 times, right? His quarterback led drives. Y'all came back from 18. 18. Jordan Love and them boys, I thought they was gonna run away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they was gonna run away with it. But you know what? It leads me to, Gil, because you asked the question, you posed it, so I'm just going to lead to it anyway. I'm going to segue real quick and let you know the zero for me.
Let's go. Let's go. Who are the zeros for you?
One of my zero, top zero, Matt LaFleur. Way too conservative, man. Way too conservative. For real. Run, pass, run, pass. Come on, man. You were up. You were supposed to bring pressure. You let off the gas pedal. This is the playoffs. You got to kill the Bears. They have proven to you that they can come back. They have a guy over there, number 18, who don't crack. Okay, he's proven that he is that guy. Why would you not be aggressive in the play? What are you playing for? We're not playing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You let off the gas. That's bad coaching, straight up and down. Why is he being so conservative? I can see the play coming. Run Josh Jacobs. No, throw the ball. Put pressure on that secondary, man. Jordan Love was in the rhythm. Why are you taking him out of the rhythm? That's dumb. I said that Jordan Love's a gamer. Let him go. Let that horse go. That's why they lost, because he stopped reading. He started reading back on them. Run the ball. Run the ball. No, don't run the ball. Put pressure on Chicago. Y'all been here. They haven't. It's just simple coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I blame him. I definitely blame him. Don't cry to me about no diva behind receiver crying for some balls. AJ Brown, don't cry to me about no footballs, okay? You don't deserve the right to get the ball thrown to you. Philly lost that game because guess what? Hurst put it where his receiver supposed to make a play. Critical time. Drive. Last drive.
Didn't AJ have like 3 drops?
He did. I'm talking about.
I think 2 were official, but it looked like 3 drops.
Through the mitten. Hurst put it where his receivers can make a play. Through the hands. Butterfingers. Popcorn man. And he got the audacity want to cry about some balls thrown his way. When you could have literally flipped the game and we wouldn't even have this conversation right now because Philly probably would have beat San Fran. It wasn't for the dropsies.
Mm.
I'm just saying, Gil. I'm just
saying. Preach. You got one more. One more zero.
Of all the teams that played on this weekend, that was a zero for me. Aaron Rodgers. And to his credit, he had a defense that's just nasty, man. That defense, man, they stank. They put the stank on stank. You hear me? But, it was nothing he could do. You played bad. You threw pick 6. You was under pressure all day. You did not make the plays. You look like the Jets, Aaron Rodgers. You look like that old man that Jordan Love replaced in Green Bay that didn't want to give up the reins and was beefing with LaFleur. You look like that guy. You're not. I don't think they brought you in to be that guy. I thought they brought you in to be like great and get him over the hump. And Mike T would get his victory in the postseason. You're right. That defense was not letting Aaron Rodgers kill them at all. He got destroyed. He looked bad. But that's what great defenses do, though. That's what great coaches do. That's what great coordinators do. They make your best man, if he is the best man, look bad.
And they did.
Terrible. That was my zeros of the weekend, my man. That's my zeros What do we get?
All right, well, we got one in common, so I'll knock it out.
Okay.
AJ Brown, 0. I don't want to see commercials where you're saying, I'm always open. I'm always open. Maybe you are always open, but you don't always catch the ball. And you arguing on the sideline. Why aren't you reading your book? I thought you were all about on the sideline reading your book. But you're arguing with the head coach. Good thing Big Don was there. Uh, um, in a win, I'm going to say CJ Stroud. He had that great defense to carry him, but
Okay.
he fumbled 5 times in that game.
Terrible.
He didn't lose all 5, but he fumbled 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. It looked like he was not ready for the moment at all. And now they got to worry about Nico Collins.
I
Got a
know.
concussion, so he's going to be in concussion protocol, so he probably will not be available this week when
Yeah,
they
they're not
travel to New England. And my last one, and I don't like saying this because I like this guy, but I'm seeing a trend here. And I got to say Justin Herbert. I got to say him, man. You know, he's a real good quarterback. You know, if you were to design a quarterback, size, strength, mobility, he can run, big arm, can see over the offensive line, all that stuff. But when it comes to the playoffs, he does not elevate. He doesn't elevate anybody. And I get the offensive line was bad, but he got early in that game, he got a couple of turnovers where they were inside like the 15 and they were going for it on 4th down and getting nothing. Nothing. It's not like Drake May was good that game. He wasn't good
Oh,
either.
no, it wasn't.
You had opportunities to go up 14 points, 10 points, 7 points, but instead I think they scored 1 field goal.
That was it.
They needed more than that. You were gifted early in the game, great field position. And they fired their offensive line coach and their offensive coordinator.
Nope.
So, but at some point, Herbert's got to elevate. He's got to elevate his team. He's got to be able to make the right play. I know Jim Harbaugh is good enough. As a coach, I know he's good enough. So my 3 guys are A.J. Brown, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert. Those are my zeros for the weekend. Now, before we get into our time, before we do that, I just want to take a moment to talk about how great of a weekend I had. Like I said, with Mr. Discount Double Check losing his last game with a pick 6, that's a chef's kiss. The Eagles, I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm not going to pretend I wasn't rooting against them because I was, and they lost, and seeing them argue on the sideline helped make for a great weekend. Sorry, not sorry. But the Bears coming back in the second half, in particular, 4th quarter, scoring 25 points and beating Green Bay. Hey, y'all, Green Bay people, your team turtled up, not my team. You want to make fun of my quarterback with his nails? You want to say my head coach is classless? Just remember something. Because of the language, okay? We're all adults, right? We're all adults. Did any of you Green Bay people say, hey, when Aaron Rodgers said, I own you, I effing own you in the end zone, pointing to Chicago Bear fans, any of you say, hey, that's out of bounds? That's too much. No, you didn't. And did you hear Chicago Bear fans saying, he hurt my feelings? I'm on disappointed tier with him. No, you didn't. They took it because they know the truth hurts, but it's still the truth. Somebody's on their way to owning your asses. And that's the Iceman. That's the Iceman. Iceman cometh. Because in the 4th quarter, we know who shows up. We know who shows out. and it's not Jordan Love. Jordan Love, his whole career, had one grounding penalty. Whole career. He got 2 in the fourth quarter. Out of a timeout in that last drive. Out of a timeout. You still got to delay a game. Out of a timeout. You guys weren't ready for the moment. Chicago was. And listen, if the Bears ever can play well in the first 3 quarters, look out. Look out. Because Caleb Williams is barely scratching the surface. Barely. But when you see that guy on 4th and 8 roll to his left and drop a dime to Roma Dunze, and he's also figured out who his number one is. And his number one's not a wide receiver. His number one is that guy, the rookie, Colston Loveland. That's his number one, because that guy, unlike A.J. Brown, gets open on every play and catches the ball. Bears win. Bears win. Just want to take a moment. I'm enjoying every minute of every day. They may lose this weekend. I said I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl. I said I had Matt Stafford winning the MVP. Okay? I'm consistent with that. And that's who they're playing. But guess what? They're playing and you're not. You're not. Okay? So if you want LaFleur to be gone, be gone. Be gone. You're not going to appreciate him. He's a good coach. Be gone. He had a bad game. He had a bad half.
He had a bad half. When I said what I said about him, I didn't say he wasn't a good coach. I just said the inevitable. What happened? He just, at that time, he was just too conservative. You know what I mean? But it's not no knock to him. And if you want to run a good coach out of town, be my guest.
Do it.
Because he'll get another job.
Please.
He'll get another head coach job.
Please.
He's a good coach. Okay.
Harbaugh's not going there.
No.
He's not going there. He's not going to a colder state. He's not going there.
No.
All respect to Green Bay. He's not going there.
No.
So you are not going to upgrade at head coach. So please run him out of town. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because if you're smart, you'll say, we'll see you next year, Ben Johnson. But right now, like Ben Johnson said in his opening press conference, he kind of likes beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. And that's what he did. Beat him twice. So, okay. So now it's time. It's time for picks and predictions for the divisional round of the playoffs in the National Football League. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! This is considered the best weekend in football all year. So let's get it. Crack-a-lackin'. It starts Saturday, 4:30, CBS, as the 12-5 Bills that you picked to win travel to Denver to take on the number 1 seed, 14-3 Denver Broncos. The Broncos are only a 1.5-point favorite at home. Total number 46.5. Brother, how do you see your Buffalo Bills?
Man, you already know who I'm rooting for, man. Buffalo. That line don't look funny to you, Gil?
Yeah. The number 1 seed is only favored by a point and a half.
A point and a half. And the road Super Bowl is going to be difficult for Buffalo. They have to go on the road to win.
Yes.
They went to Jacksonville, what I said. He would have to do some Josh Allen stuff to win that game. And boy, did he ever. He showed you what he was. Because it's no knock to Duval County. Had a great year. Y'all do not need to be mad at what happened. Y'all played a heck of a game, man. Y'all got beat by a better player. Straight up and down. That's all that was down. Josh Allen shows you what he is. He is that guy. He is him, okay? And I think the momentum, it's going to be hard. I ain't going to hold you. It's a hard road to Super Bowl this year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Josh Allen, and he's going against even a tougher opponent, man. I'm not sleeping on Denver. They're number 1 for a reason. The defense is really that good.
That defense is top
Really
three.
is a good defense.
Them, Seattle, Houston,
They
top
do.
three.
But you know what Buffalo do have? They have a real good old line. They got old line. Their receivers gotta make some plays because you're going against Pastor Tane, them boys in the back end. They're gonna make some plays. And they got
Now, Buffalo lost two wide receivers for the year. They
uh,
lost Shavers and they
uh,
lost
and,
oh,
and
the guy they got back from Jacksonville. They
yeah,
had
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis. They lost both of them for the year. Both of them tore their
And
ACL.
Deion Coleman been so immature this year with his, but hey man, Josh Allen got to do it again.
He's got to do it again. He's got to get one of his offensive linemen to pick him up and carry him in the end
Gotta do
zone,
it again, man.
like they did on that tush
Oh,
push.
so I got Buffalo. I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going with Josh Allen. Hard game, and I got this game to the under because of the defense of Denver. It's going to be a grind out game. So give me Buffalo to the under.
I am in agreement. I have Buffalo and the under. I think the problem with the Broncos is, even though they're coming off of a bye, they're probably going to be a little flat, especially on offense. I think Buffalo is just going to keep it going, keep it going. They're not going to score a gazillion points, so I have the under, but they're going to score when they need to. I'm not sure. Broncos, many games in the first half, third quarter, that's why we were saying Bo Nix is like a poor man's Caleb, because he would turn it on in the fourth quarter. But
Yeah.
I think at that point, when Buffalo's rolling, I think it's going to be too late. So give me Buffalo, give me the under. We are in agreement. By the way, last week we both went 3-3 in our picks.
Yeah.
3-3. So we're in agreement here. Now, Saturday, 8 o'clock on Fox, you have the 12-5 San Francisco 49ers coming off of their upset win in Philly to take on their division rival for a third time, the 14-3 number one seed Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 7.5 point favorite, and the total number is 44.5. I'll go first. I don't like the hook, but the 49ers lost Kittle for the year, tore his Achilles. I think Seattle's ready. That defense will keep them in any game. Give me the Seahawks to win and cover the 7.5. I thought about that hooker, but nope, at the end, I'm going to take the Seahawks. I think 49ers are just running out of bodies. And if by chance the Niners can make this a game, Robert Saleh is going to be one of the top head coaches,
Well,
sought after head coaches this offseason, which he might be anyway. And I'm going to take the over on the 44.5. So give me the Seahawks and the over.
I'm in disagreement with the team. I'm gonna go with San Fran for the points. Not to win the game. I think Seattle will win the game. I do got it to the over with you. I do agree with the over. Robert Sala's gonna have to really put up a huge defense with the pieces
Defensive effort.
with the defensive effort with the pieces he got, which is not a lot to say because he don't really have the defense that they had envisioned when they first started the year off because of the injuries. But they had Kittle. They didn't have Kittle the majority of the season anyway. So I know that they lost him, but that's a good thing in a sense because they know how to play without him. You know what I mean? Other people had to step up. You got Brock Purdy. Purdy going to really step up. He had a terrible game when Seattle played the last time they played. But one thing about Seattle, they play stronger on the road than they do at home. So I will say that San Fran will come in there, McCaffrey, they'll figure out some things, get them going. Shanahan going to have to really coach it up, but they'll make it a competitive game, but they'll end up losing because just Seattle has a more complete team with more healthier players. So it's going to get beat by just the fact that Seattle has more healthy players. So that's why I got Seattle winning the game, but San Fran covering.
Got it. All right, let's move on to Sunday. We have the 12-5 Houston Texans traveling to the 14-3 New England Patriots. Both of these teams are coming off of a playoff win. The Patriots are a 3-point favorite, and the total number is 40 and a half. How do you see it?
And no Nico Collins, but I'm gonna lean on this defense. I'm gonna lean on this Texans defense to get it done again in New England. And New England don't they got a good defense too, so don't get it chopped. They really got a good defense too. But I got the Texans with three. I'm getting three with them. I got to win the game, but I'll definitely take the points. But I got Texas winning, and I think it's gonna be a defensive battle, man. So give me that to the under. It's a low score already, so give me to the under.
I am in agreement with the team. I don't see CJ Stroud having another awful game, even though he doesn't probably will not have Nico Collins. But that defense they're just game changers. So I think they're gonna do it at least one more time. Yes, the Patriots got a pretty good defense too, but they don't have the pass rushers that the Texans have.
No.
And I think Gonzalez is gonna miss the game because he went in concussion protocol. Yes.
Man, that's one of their best players
That's one of their best players. So their secondary is not going to be as strong.
Nope.
So give me the Texans. That number 40 and a half, it's too easy. So I'm going to take the over on that one. So I'll disagree with that, but we both got the Texans.
So you got the Texans scoring another touchdown?
Why not?
I can believe it. I believe it. They're really that good. So it's not even a wonder. You might be totally right. They scored 2 against Pittsburgh.
They sure did.
Yeah, and then you know how I go, bro. Pressure bust pipes, man.
And
they bring pressure.
I think Stroud will play better. I think he'll play better. I don't think he's going to fumble snaps and shotgun like he did.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that's going to happen. So he plays better. Defense does its thing. I think Drake May, coming off of a mediocre game at best, I think he gets harassed early and often. So give me the Texans. I'll take the over. You took the under. And the last game on Sunday, you can catch it at 6:30 NBC or Peacock. You got the 12-5 Rams traveling to the Windy City, the second city, the city of broad shoulders, the 11-6, my Chicago Bears. The Rams on the road are a 3.5-point favorite. The total number is 48.5. And right now, the weather is expected to be 17 degrees with a 20% wind chill factor. So that's not too bad on the wind chill. But 17 degrees is 17 degrees.
It is.
That's a California team that plays under a roof. So let me get it started. I'm going to ride the wave. I'm going to stay on that magic carpet. Now, I'm telling you, up until right now, I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl all year. I had Matt Stafford winning the MVP the whole second half of the year. And both of those things might happen. But there's something happening with the Bears right now. They are not a Super Bowl worthy team, but they keep winning. They keep winning. They keep believing. They don't think an 18-point deficit is anything. It's nothing. Nothing. No matter how bad they are the first 3 quarters, they'll turn it on in the fourth and they'll win because they've done it 7 times. 7 times this year. And maybe this will be an 8th. Or maybe they'll do good all 4 quarters. Give me the Bears, my Bears. To not only cover the number, but to win outright. I have to. Am I picking this with my heart? You bet. You bet I am. But I haven't gone this far. Thinking logically. I can't. I won't. They don't need to win. Everything is gravy. What a first year for Ben Johnson. That's my coach. And Caleb Williams, I'm telling you right now, he's going to be one of my favorites to win MVP next year. Yes, he is. One of my favorites. So give me the Bears and give me the under on the 48.5, because if the Rams are scoring a lot of points, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Um, we are totally opposite on this game.
Yay.
Um, I do also have the Rams going to the Super Bowl. I said it. I said I got the Rams, especially when I said Carolina was going to be the hardest game to me. I thought that because of them, not I ain't gonna say sleeping on them, but I just thought it was going to just be the matchup for some odd reason. That's just it's just an awkward, funny matchup, and it's like they just I don't know. Some teams just match up with you crazy, and I said if they get over the hump of Carolina, believe it or not, that's going to be their most difficult game to the Super Bowl. And yes, you have to go into Chicago, and Chicago has beaten the Rams when y'all have bad coaches. So
Mhm.
especially in Chicago.
Mhm.
Normally Rams have bad games in Chicago.
They beat Chicago. I mean, the Chicago
Yep,
beat the Rams last year.
sure did. Sure did. And I know the history there. But I just think that once you get over a game that you just got over when the opponent should have just throttled and you barely got the win, um, it gives you one confidence going to the next game to clean up some stuff and knowing that you're going to an opponent who just came back and they saw the game, they're coming back from 18. So this is an opponent that you have to go in and you have to execute. And I believe with the weapons they have and the quarterback that they have, and you have a good one on your end too, I just think that the MVP of this league will show you why he's going to be the MVP of this league. And
Mhm.
with Nakua and you got Adams, you got the running back. They got a lot of weapons, man. Parkinson,
Mhm.
and they got a good coach. So I'm taking the Rams, bro, and I'm taking it to the over because, like you said, if you're gonna go in Chicago, you can't play a mucky game because you play a
Mhm.
mucky game, it's going that's pro Chicago. It's gonna go Chicago. If this is a low scoring game, defensive game, Chicago gonna win this game. You heard me say it.
Well, what you said makes sense and it's logical. What I really worry about more than Stafford and those receivers are those two running backs. Bears have
Yeah,
not been good against the run, and Williams played
and
at Notre Dame, and
yo,
Corum played at Michigan, so
Michigan,
they
yo,
can handle that weather.
it's a fact.
They can handle it. So
It's a
maybe the
fact.
receivers and the quarterback might not,
But you
maybe,
gotta think,
but those
plus
running backs can.
Adams from Green Bay. What do you mean? He played in Green Bay.
Who did?
Adams. He played in Green Bay all them
Yeah,
years.
he did.
It
He
was
did, but
cold.
he's not there. He's their end zone wide
Right,
receiver,
right.
but the 20 to 20 guy is Puka.
Man, he's a dog though. I doubt very seriously Cole going to anything to do with that dog. He's a
Man,
dog, man. He's a dog.
I'm pulling at strings.
Yeah, it's cool because that's a dog, man.
Or I'm
He's
pulling
a
at
he's a
straws,
football
whatever the
player,
saying
man.
is.
Look,
Whatever I can convince myself, I
he,
gotta believe that the weather is gonna be like an extra player for us, not
Hey
them,
Gil, hey
for
Gil,
us.
it's like when Troy Polamalu he played his whole game at USC.
Hmm.
Man, you couldn't tell him he wasn't a football player when he got to Pittsburgh. He's a Samoan that went to a college in California, but he was the man out there in
Southern
Pittsburgh.
California.
Southern Cal too, hot, and he went to Pittsburgh where it's cold.
Hey, Puka might be great in cold weather. I just need him to not be great this game. That's all. I'm grasping at straws. I know it. I know it. It's not logical. It should be the Rams, but
No, man,
I got to go with my heart. I got to they've been so good to me. They
right,
deserve the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to
right,
give it to
brother.
them.
You're right, brother.
And one more game. The Packers are playing. Oh, that's right.
I had to
That's
throw that
right.
out there. You had to throw that there, man.
That's my bad.
Look,
My bad.
you got Ohio mad at you. You got Pittsburgh mad at you. Got my lady mad at you. You got Pittsburgh mad at you, and you definitely got Green Bay mad at you, man. You
Mhm.
are working on your trifecta for people being mad at you, man. You're doing a good job of stirring feelings, brother. Let me let you know
I mean, who the Eagles playing?
that.
There's my trifecta. You betcha.
Oh,
Trifecta, you betcha. No lies though, right? They're not playing, right? Them Green Bay and
No, no, no,
and
no, no,
and
no.
and and
No, they're all
Cleveland is a destination for who? Who looks forward to Cleveland besides your girl? That's right. That's right. So be mad. And if you don't agree with me, please leave a comment.
please.
Like, subscribe, tell a friend, and leave a comment. Please tell me. Tell me I'm out of line. Tell me the disrespect is real. Put some respect on their name. Go ahead.
Respect on their names.
But there is one more game.
One more.
There is one more game.
One more.
Monday, national championship. Larry's Miami
Yes.
Hurricanes,
Yes.
10th ranked Miami Hurricanes, 13-2.
Crazy.
They are an 8.5 point underdog
Man.
in Miami, which is practically a home game. But unfortunately, they're going to have a Cuban American going against them. And that is the Indiana Hoosiers, 15-0, looking for their first national championship. Like I said, they are an 8.5 point favorite. I could not find the total number for this game. I looked, I couldn't find it. So I'll make it easy for me. And I'm going to take Indiana. I know that's a big number, but they have answered all the questions all year. They got the quarterback, and he is going to stab them right in the heart because those are his people. There are more Cubans in this country out of Miami than they are anywhere else, the whole country. And he is going to stab them in the heart. Yeah, Miami's got good defense, but they don't have Fernando Mendoza. That they don't have. And I think he's going to show up and show out. Give me Indiana University Hoosiers to win and cover the number. They win by at least 9. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do what I did in the last pick, or don't. Go logical or go with your heart.
I love my Hurricanes. I love my Hurricanes, man. Like, they over impressed me. I don't think Mendoza and them boys can have a game like they just had against Oregon. You know what I'm saying?
Pick Miami then. Oh, cool. Pick Miami.
I'll take my Miami Hurricanes for the upset.
Oh,
Miami Hurricanes for the upset because
sucker born every day.
I think Mendoza, he's going to be the number 1 pick. Yo, that coach they got out there is outstanding. I'm not taking nothing away from that offense. It's crazy. Man, this man just played a disabled Oregon offense. They broke their spirit early with the turnover. This is a defense that's for real, bro. What defense have they played like this all year? Can't name one. No. It's hard to go against an opponent like this because you never played a defense like.
What Ohio State's defense is pretty good. Ohio State's defense is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
If you want to say Miami's is better, okay.
Wasn't it a grind out game when they played Ohio State? Wasn't no blowout.
Yeah.
Wasn't no blowout. So I take 8.5 points. You disrespected my team at home, at the house. You disrespected me at the house.
I guess I'm disrespecting 4.
Yeah, you disrespected 4 now, man. You disrespectful, man. Nah, man. I'm taking my boys for the points.
So you've got Miami for the points. Taking the points. But what about for the win?
It's a hard.
It's come on, with your chest. Say with your chest.
Can't say my chest because I'm telling you, this team is for real. They are destined for something because you know what thing about college ball, man, I could say, because Indiana's undefeated, right?
Yep.
That's not hard in college ball. It normally when a team is like that, they don't
It's not hard.
They don't.
The bit right now this year, the Big Ten was better than the SEC.
It was. And we're not even SEC.
And they won it. And they won it.
SEC team. We're ACC.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's usually SEC is the best conference. No, Big Ten right now is the best conference, and they won it.
They did.
They won it.
They did. They have a great team. Like, They deserve the number one. They've been
Mm-hmm.
consistently good all year. They answer
Mm-hmm.
all the bells. So
Mm-hmm.
no, we were the 10th rank. We barely got into the playoffs. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Barely, barely.
barely. It was between us and Notre Dame, questionable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to sit here and be on the fluffinator. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to disrespect Indiana because I've been disrespecting me and you both disrespected these guys because we said they wasn't going to pull the trifecta. They wasn't going to go get the Heisman Trophy, win the number one pick, and the national championship. We
That's
said that.
right. That's
They
right.
proved us wrong. They went
They
out there
sure
and showed
did.
the truth, right? So I
Mhm.
cannot sleep on the number one team, and I don't care if they in Miami or not. That team travels, and they quite obviously got the best player on the field. So,
Yeah, but man, that defensive end for Miami, he's
oh my
probably going to
goodness,
go top 10 in the draft.
yeah. I mean,
That
this.
what's his name? He's number 4. Oh man, he's good. He's good. I think he's going to go top
But
10.
we're going to our draft when we get to our NBA,
We
NFL
got
draft.
a we got a lot of
We got a
draft
long way
talk,
to
so
go. We ain't gonna go
let's
there.
not do it. Let's not do it. All right, so I got the Hoosiers and you got the Convicts. I mean the Ducks. The Ducks. You got the Ducks. So I got the Hoosiers. You got the Ducks.
So you disrespecting my boys again. You're in a very disrespectful mode this evening, man. I don't know, man. Like you didn't look. You done had your good old weekend, man, and then went to your daggone head, man. You drunk, man. You punch drunk over here, man, because you've been very disrespectful with all these teams, man. I'm telling you, man. You have a lot of angry people, but on your comment, let Gil know that how disrespectful he being y'all
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, just tell me where I'm wrong. That's all. Just tell me where I'm wrong. You may not like it, but I have no lies. No lies. So anything else you want to add before we sign off, my brother?
Man, it was a great weekend. A better weekend this weekend. Man, all those games were dope. I expect even doper games this weekend.
That's right. Check that word in the dictionary because I'm sure it exists. Doper. All right. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 channel. Catch us next week right around 9:30 where we will recap the games and then talk about the what's next? The conference championship games, right? NFC, AFC. Hopefully my team is in it, but we'll see. Let's not put the cart before the horse. So, for my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Rosari. Enjoy the games, stay healthy, and we'll catch you next week right around 9:30. Deuces,
Deuces, man.
y'all.
Deuces, man.